Welcome to Little Known Black History Facts. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Ella Williams, also known as Abomah, the African Giantess. Ella Williams was a singer, a performer, and a giantess. She was born Ella Grigsby in South Carolina in 1865, 10 months after the ratification of the 13th Amendment. Ella went to work for Elihu and Harriet Williams when she was a teenager. Perhaps because Grigsby was the family name of her parents' former slaveholders, Ella dropped her father's slave master's inherited name for Williams. Ella supposedly was 8 feet tall. Her height is said to have started increasing mysteriously after she survived malaria when she was 14. Her extraordinary height drew a lot of attention, and soon show promoters started approaching her with offers, but she refused. However, working as a black maid and a cook didn't earn her much to live on, so she changed her mind and met a man named Frank C. Bostock, who became her manager. With his help, Ella started touring Europe, making appearances at shows where people paid to see the African Giantess. Because racism in America at the time was at its peak, Bostock knew that in Europe, his strong and beautiful African giantess would definitely attract massive audiences. In 1898, under the management of Frank Bostock, Ella began to tour as a sideshow performer under the name Abomah. It was a name derived from Abomah, a capital of the Kingdom of Dahomey, currently Benin. Her career started in Europe, since Bostock believed she would be better accepted there than in America, where racial tensions were extremely high. It was also changed because it was believed to be a conflict of interest, since there was another act, a white woman named Ella, who was also a giantess. Bostock spiced things up by saying Ella was a member of the Dahomey female warriors when she was touring. People began to truly believe that Ella was from a distant African nation and that they were indeed watching a skilled warrior. Her towering stature earned her worldwide acclaim. Ella liked using the native name and preferred to be called by that throughout her career. Seen as beautiful and elegant, she always wore expensive, extravagant-looking ensembles that resembled those of royalty. With great poise, smarts, and wit, she was both charming and a remarkable songstress. Some of her famous performances are of singing minstrel songs, popular at the time, which featured some prejudiced language but was normal and sometimes necessary for the success of black performers. Still, she performed with an essence of grace and polish, and despite her height, moved with no indication of awkwardness or imbalance. After a long career of touring, Ella worked with such famous circuses as the Ringling Brothers and others in places such as Cuba, Australia, and New Zealand. Ella returned to the United States from Britain in 1915 before World War I would devastate London. Things were very tough for her after returning to the United States, but she continued working as a side attraction at shows, even as the number of people who wanted to pay money to see the Lady Giantess dropped in the 1920s. Suddenly, she disappeared from the scene and from the history books. Nothing more is known of Abomah, the African Giantess, and nothing else is known of how she lived her last days. There's no evidence that she ever got married or had any children, but what is known is that towards the last years of her 30-year career, she struggled a lot financially and often looked very lonely. She stayed with the circus in some capacity into her 60s. Traveling frequently with touring agencies and circuses, she was an important figure in the history of black circus performers. Until next time, if you like little-known history facts as I do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell to be notified of future uploads. Thank you for watching.